7 traits of a low-value man. Remember, fellas, in life it's important to not only know what to do, but also what not to do as well. I want you guys to avoid the following mistakes, which I'm about to share with you. Make sure you watch this entire video. The first low-value trait is being indecisive. On the fence. Unsure. Jim Rohn put it best. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. Opportunities often come for a very short period of time. They don't wait around for you. You've got to go and grab that opportunity. But if you're sat there umming and ahhing and, well, I would, but opportunities will go. And if you're in a relationship and you're indecisive, your woman's not going to respect you. It's a masculine trait to make a decision. Now, in some cases, planning can help you. But a lot of guys get stuck in this planning and strategizing phase and they never move out of it. It's a form of procrastination. Paralysis by analysis. You overanalyze, and that's why you don't pull the trigger. Just force yourself to make a decision. I think a lot of guys struggle with decision making because they're afraid of making the wrong decision. You're not always going to get it right, and that's okay. What's the worst case scenario? You invest some money into a business, it doesn't work out. You've learned a few things, and you're now wiser. You don't totally lose because you've learned in the process of failing. Now, in my books, and I've said this before, failing is giving up, is throwing in the towel, is not taking any more risk. That's failing. But making mistakes along the way, that's necessary. Failure comes hand in hand with success. Don't see it as a bad thing. You fail forward from one failure to the next until you become successful. And success is not a destination. Success, as Earl Nightingale put it, is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. As long as you are progressing towards something that brings you fulfillment, you are a success. So going back to being indecisive, make a decision. Who gives a fuck if it doesn't work out the way you intended it to? Oftentimes, another door opens that ends up leading to more fruitful opportunities. And then we look back and we're like, wow, you know what? I'm so glad my first venture didn't work out, because now I'm doing something I absolutely love and I've met incredible people. So you don't know exactly how it will all come together. Just go out there and pull the trigger. And in your relationships, go out there, be decisive, man. Honey, we're eating here. Don't be sitting there, well, I don't know, what do you want to do? They don't like it, fellas. They don't. They don't like a guy that's unsure and doesn't know. Just make a decision for her. No, of course, you are. In a relationship, you ask for her opinion from time to time. But if you know your woman well, and you know roughly what she likes, make a decision. Today, honey, we're getting pizza, you know? Or I know a great spot that does nice seafood, we're going there. Get ready. They like that. That's a man that's able to make decisions. In a company, if you are in a position of management, a position of authority, sometimes you're going to have to make decisions, and you're going to be scared because the decision could affect a lot of people. But decisions have to be made. Sometimes tough decisions have to be made, but a decision has to be made, regardless of how comfortable or uncomfortable it is. The second trait is they shy away from hard work. If you're a man that doesn't embrace hard work, you will struggle in life, because hard work is absolutely necessary. You know better than anyone whether or not you're a hard worker. You can't lie to yourself. You may be able to lie to other people. You may post a few stories on your Instagram, I'm grinding, I'm hustling. But are you? What do you have to show for it? You know, there's a quote that I live by now. I can show you better than I can tell you. Just watch what I do. Watch my example. And I always say this, if you're a father and you've got kids, show them through your action how to be a good father, and how to, if you have sons, how to work hard. That work ethic is instilled in them by what they see their father doing. You can't be talking left and walking right. You can't be sat on the couch with a big beer belly telling your kids to go work out. You work out. And they'll see that. All right, so embrace hard work. Now, I'm a fan of working productively. I always say this in pretty much every video. Work productively. Hard and smart work coupled together is a dangerous recipe. It will lead to success in the long run. I journal, I keep track of what I'm doing, what's worked well, what's not worked well, and I make adjustments along the way. But working hard, there's no way of escaping it. Don't fall for the get-rich-quick crypto schemes and the passive online income in 30 days. Anything that's short-term is usually carrying a lot of potential consequences with it. Negative consequences. You know, take shortcuts, get cut short. Okay? Doesn't matter if it takes a long time. The person you become in the process is far more important than what you achieve at the end. The hard work morphs you into that man that can then attract success. And remember, success is something you attract, not something that you chase. Success is looking for a good place to stay. Success is not going to come to the man that does nothing and sits on his ass and doesn't work. All right, so make sure that you become a hard worker. The next trait of a low-value man is somebody who overindulges in self-pleasure. I want you to focus on the word over, well, 2 words, overindulging, okay? Overindulge. It means you reward yourself excessively. Now, from time to time, it's nice to indulge in a bit of self-pleasure. And when I say self-pleasure, I am not referring to busting nuts all over yourself. When I say self-pleasure, I mean you do something fun for yourself. You watch a nice movie, you eat a Ben-Hariz ice cream, whatever. From time to time, it's all right. But there's a lot of guys who constantly reward themselves, and busting nuts is also a form of self-pleasure. It is. Because you are rewarding your body with something. A fleeting, orgasm, which, only lasts for a few seconds. But when you couple that with watching the hub, over time that will destroy you. Your dopamine receptors, your overall morale. That's why overindulging is dangerous. Okay, from time to time, indulging in self-pleasure, watching a movie, playing football, doing it, that's all right. You've got to do things for you from time to time. But stay away from activities such as masturbation and porn. They will destroy you in the long run. Okay? The next trait of a low-value man is they do not set boundaries. They allow people to walk all over them. In the workplace, when it comes to their manager, humiliating them, speaking to them in a derogatory manner, they allow it because they're afraid of losing their job, so they just take it. Now, I've said this before in videos, and a lot of guys commented saying, but Ali, I need this job. I understand. Move strategically, though. Start looking for other jobs. But I always want you to check disrespect when it happens early, because if you do not, the disrespect will continue, and they will take advantage of you. They will look at you as a weak, pathetic human being who cannot stand up for himself. Check it early. I do not appreciate being spoken to in this way. Bring them to the side. You don't have to be very public with it and in front of everybody. No. Take him to the side like a man. Hey, what you did back there was uncalled for. I do not appreciate being spoken to this way. Check it. And in a relationship, if you're in a new relationship, a woman will shit test you. She'll see what your boundaries are like. Do you stand up for yourself, or do you allow her to do whatever she wants with you? Some women will disrespect men to see how they set boundaries, and some don't. And they lose respect for that man. And so make sure that you draw a line in the sand. You can do so in a very polite manner. like a gentleman. You do not have to hurl insults and shout and raise your voice, no. And if you're in a situation where you have friends who are disrespectful, then you remove those friends from your life. Do not fear being alone. Walk away with your held up high. Your self-esteem will remain intact if you stand up for yourself. If you do not stand up for yourself and you allow people to disrespect you, you will not respect yourself. You will look in the mirror and you will see a coward. And I don't want you to feel this way about yourself. So check disrespect. The next low value trait is men who put women on a pedestal. And in fact, anybody for that matter. Even if it's another person, another man. Anybody that you put on a pedestal is above you. And you will conduct yourself in a manner, usually, where you are receiving disrespect because you perceive this person to be more important than you. A lot of guys do that when they're in a relationship with a woman who they deem out of their league. Out of their league. I hate that phrase, right? But when they feel like they're with a woman that's out of their league, they start acting like bitches. Like they have no spine. They let her do anything she wants. And the woman will immediately lose respect for a man like that, and they will leave him, and will leave him anyways. You think by allowing her to do whatever she wants to you, and by that I mean consistently disrespect you, you think that that's going to keep her happy. No. She looks at you like a pathetic, sorry little loser, and she'll leave your bum ass. That's why women will say things like, I want a man who can check my attitude. They like that. They like a man that can say, hey, no, we're not going to do that. You know, or if she insults, hey, I don't appreciate you swearing at me. Not a guy who's like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, like taking it like a little bitch. Okay, nobody should be above you, should be put on a pedestal. Now, you should respect people that have accomplished a lot more than you, and definitely don't be disrespectful to people that, you know, who are in superior positions, positions of power, success, notoriety, right? As long as they're respectful to you, be respectful to them, but don't conduct yourself like you're a lower grade human being, like they are some sort of higher power that you should worship. No, the only person or the only power that I worship is God. Do not worship another man. I do not conduct myself in a manner that makes me look pathetic. All right? So do not put anybody above you. And do not feel fear if a situation with a girl doesn't work out and she walks away. Do not feel fear. Keep your head up high. And as I said, you will respect yourself in the long run by not allowing yourself to be disrespected. You don't lose somebody who's disrespectful. You've gained peace. They're out of your life. The trouble's gone. The drama's gone. Good. Now you can focus on putting your life together without stress every single day. It's not worth it, guys. I don't care how beautiful she is. It's not worth being stressed every single day for. Number 6 is they mistreat their body. Low-value men mistreat their body. And health is absolutely important. And it all starts with health. Because if you're physically ill, you can't do anything. If you're bedridden as a result of your poor lifestyle choices, you have to pay the price. Everything else in your life suffers as a result. You can't be out there with your kids. You can't go and see incredible places because you're bedridden. So do not neglect your health. Take it very seriously. Now, you don't have to be a professional bodybuilder. In fact, I would encourage you guys to train to be functional so that you can run, you can fight. It's not all about size. You don't have to be, you know, the biggest guy, right? Because a lot of these guys, they can't run, they can't move in a very agile way. They're not flexible at all. And so I tell you guys to train to be functional. Okay, but health is very important. Remember what Jim Rohn says, everything affects everything. If you do not consistently train, you probably will not consistently work on your business, and then everything else falls like dominoes. One negative habit will lead to the next, and so on and so forth, and you will live a life where You are not satisfied. You are behind on your promises. Okay, and last but not least, fellas, they refuse to take accountability. Accountability is a trait we must all have as men. Sometimes it hurts admitting that you were in the wrong. In your relationship, in your business ventures, whatever it may be. You've got to take responsibility for your fuck-ups. Admit them. Okay, you know what? That was my fault, guys. I do apologize. It's wrong for me. It was out of character. I shouldn't have done that. What I did back there, uncalled for. Doesn't make you a beta male, doesn't make you weak. No, it makes you a strong man when you can admit your faults. Otherwise, you live your life in denial, in this fantasy that you've created for yourself, thinking that you're perfect and everything's hunky-dory and everyone else is wrong but you. That makes you look childish. Nobody wants to be around you if that's the case. If you can never acknowledge your mistakes, you need self-awareness. If you can't detect that other people are unsatisfied by your behavior, then there's something wrong with you. It's no good saying, well, everyone else can fuck off. Nah, that's not a good mindset. Because you could sabotage really good business relationships. You could sabotage a relationship with a girl that was really good for you. You've got to take accountability, man. All right, fellas. Hopefully, learning what not to do has provided you with some value today. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a like, comment, let me know what you think down below. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. I'll see you boys in the next one.